How long have you got? 2 minutes? Let's go! The story of the American Revolution begins with the winding down of the French and Indian Wars, the cost of which British authorities sought to cover by a new system of taxes and regulations on their colonies. One such measure were the writs of assistance, special warrants that gave broad powers to government officers to search the property of American merchants suspected of being smugglers. In 1761, American lawyer James Otis argued in court that such warrants were a violation of the rights of colonists. Looking back on the event years later, one of the founding fathers, John Adams, said that it was Otis who had set the American Revolution in motion. Most later commentators would point to the Stamp Act of 1765, requiring that government stamps be used to mark a variety of legal documents, the cost of which was, of course, a tax. Based on the British tradition of self-government, the colonists protested that such a tax imposed without representation was another violation of their rights. The writs of assistance and the Stamp Act were but two instances of a growing trend of government conduct that showed that Britain viewed its colonists as disposable second-class citizens. As the build-up towards revolution continued, a new tax on tea, also imposed without representation, sparked an acceleration of the conflict via the Boston Tea Party in 1773, when a shipment of tea was dumped in Boston Harbor as a violent protest to increasingly oppressive British conduct towards America. Britain's grip on America reflexively tightened, and with protests mounting, the British decided to seize colonial munitions at Concord, Massachusetts. Colonial Minutemen, ready in a minute to leap to the defense of liberty, swarmed in from the countryside to stop the advancing British force. In the confrontation that ensued, the shot heard round the world signaled the beginning of the Revolutionary War. With war underway, America's leaders convened to organize the effort and clarify for themselves and for the world what was at stake. On the 4th of July, 1776, they issued Thomas Jefferson's Declaration of Independence, explaining their aim to defend the inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under the leadership of General George Washington, the great struggle dragged on until the victory of Americans at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781. America was free, but a critical period followed, wherein its leaders would have to clearly define the shape of their new government. The brilliant outcome of their deliberations was the Constitution, under which Washington took office as the first president of the Republic of the United States of America, announcing to the world the arrival of a nation that would become the greatest country in the history of the world.